What's up, Nitro Nation? Rocking out in the Nitro Cave. There again is that chick, man. And she's doing a song from a band that has always been kind of mysterious to me. Those of you that know anything about Tool, I love Tool. I heard they're coming out with a new album. They're gonna start touring. It's been a minute since they've done anything. But just when you thought this chick couldn't get any sexier, I mean, she's in the mountains in this video that she's doing of this song, which is called 46 and 2. It's a popular Tool song. And she's barefooted. Sexy, barefooted chick on drums, rocking the Tool. I don't know, can't get any better than that. But I've been watching a few of her videos. Like I said, I mean, I've got a lot of different tastes in music. I remember in my last video I said I never play drums. Well, I lied. I have played drums, but I never was any good at it. I wasn't a drummer. Friends of mine play drums. I mostly play guitar. So anyway, but yeah, this chick is just sick. She's very talented, and as you can see, she's very, very cute. I think I'm starting to get an obsession with her. I'm trolling her. For all you trolls out there. By the way, on my last couple of videos that I just loaded recently of my rap session, I didn't get much thumbs down. I mean, is there not? I know there's trolls out there, because whenever I see the thumbs down on my videos once I post them, every time now when I see thumbs down, I'm like, alright, there's the trolls right there. Anybody that puts the thumbs down on my videos, those are the trolls. So, you know who you are. You can say whatever you want. I mean, matter of fact, I invite you to make comments on my video. Please. I love even more controversy. And I like a little debate, a little challenge. I've got into it with a few guys. You know, they ruffled my feathers, but hey, you know, the old saying, you know, you can dish it out, but can you handle it? I can. It doesn't bother me, so I'm not discouraging anybody for making comments on my channel. Just remember, don't let your mouth write checks your ass can't cash, okay? Don't come on my channel with some weak-ass, you know, comment and you have no facts behind it. I go to your channel, you don't even have any content of anything related to RC, period. So, like, that's just ignorance. So anyway, we're not going to get all into that. Get the muggy fired up again. So, welcome all newbies, middies, oldie but goodies, chuggy maniacs. Man, she is pretty dirty. Dirty ass muggy maniacs. Okay. Another one of my sick whips. Had to move some whips around because right now the XTM is, you know, got the main spotlight. It just got done running. It needs the Muggy's TLC. We're gonna get her all cleaned up, dialed up. Had a few even after that video that I just uploaded. I had two other things go wrong. Nothing big, but we'll go over them. I'll explain it to you. And welcome all buggy maniacs. Even a sexy old 14-year-old badass buggy like this one. This one's a Mugen though, so it's not your ordinary buggy. Okay? So anyway, welcome newbies, midi, oldie but goodies. We're doing some serious wrenching. Now, I'm going to let you guys kind of see, you know, kind of explain to you a little bit of the process, the breakdown process of what I do, as far as once I'm done running. Even whether it's just a thrashing rip session like we did with the Mugen buggy and you know, tried to bury her, but she wasn't having it. And, you know, we did some ripping around with the Muggy today. And, FYI, this modded, okay, modded, lrp.32 spec 4. We're going to have to do some changes on the pinion. This 13 is too much top end. I mean, it has tons of top end, man. I want more bottom end. Again, kind of the same situation with that, with the when we ran the reds. A lot of top, not a lot of bottom, but we switched that, so it's all ready to see how that goes with the different setup. And I think I'm gonna stay with the pipe. I really like this reds pipe on here. I might run it again on one of my reds .21s, but you know, I mean, this obviously is designed and probably dynoed for the, you know, I'm positive it, because it comes with it, designed for that .21 R5R racer there, the Reds motor. I didn't think it would really do anything on this thing, but this thing is just, it just made it even scream even more. You guys seen the video. I think basically when I took this apart for the second time, because I did a light mod, and it was okay, but I wanted to do a little bit more. And boy, I'll tell you what, I opened this thing up like crazy. I mean, this thing was only, I didn't even get it pegged on the video you guys seen full throttle. I was like 3/4. I was kind of nervous and scared to scream this thing because it was screaming so high RPM, so loud. It's not really, these bigger motors aren't running. I watched Mr. Zod video, and he was talking about how the lrp.32s and the bigger motors, you want them to scream and hit the high notes, but you don't want them to scream that much. This thing at 3/4 throttle was screaming like crazy. I mean, almost like a .21 type of scream, because we all know .21 scream to the top of their lungs. Bigger motors scream, but not like that. This thing was like high-pitched screaming, and I think a lot of it might have to do because when I opened it up again and did some more work to it, I don't know if I can show you. You guys will be able to see the inside. Let me turn the piston down so you guys can see the port better. Okay, piston down, nope, it's up. Okay, that's about as down as I can get it. But if you guys look in there, I don't know if you guys can see very well. Let me see if I can focus in a little better. When I opened this exhaust port up, I opened it up all the way. It's kind of hard to see in there. I opened it up all the way to the diameter of the actual exhaust port on the motor. So that sleeve that's in there is at is like the biggest you can get it. It's literally, I matched it up with the diameter of the exhaust port on the motor. So the sleeve exhaust port is as wide as this. That's why this thing just screams like crazy. So what I'm going to do to mellow it out is I'm going to change the gearing on it. I think that'll help. Now the stock XTM gearing, here's I have a parts list. Stock first gear, and these are plastic. Obviously I've got metal on these now, or steel. These are hardened. These aren't the plastic shits. The ones that are plastic that come with the XTMs, man, I tore those things up with my stock 28.8 Rex Legend numerous times, and I finally had enough, and I had to buy I ordered these overseas, company called Willpower, which they basically make them to order. What that company does, if you've never heard about it, they have a lot. If you have an OFNA and you have stuff that's hard to get, or an XTM, or Jammins, or Habayos, Savages, a lot of those discontinued vehicles, a company called RC Willpower, you can look them up on eBay, they basically, because those companies went out of business, they were able to get their blueprints of all their shit and make it. So they made this, okay, because XTM didn't even make these. The company RC Willpower is the one that makes a lot of XTM shit for the Mammoth and other XTMs. But anyway, these are steel forged, hardened. This isn't like this cheap shit that broke. By the way, this was, I showed you guys on the video. This is a part of this right here, the outer drive cup that comes out of the diff, the rear one. Right when I fired it up, before I started that video, it just popped right off, snapped. Look at that, snapped right in half. Here's the other half. Yeah, so I mean, luckily I have tons of these. I mean, I've got spares of these. I'm thinking maybe if I can, using these ones, which are a lot beefier, that come out of the center diff, because I have extra ones of these. Maybe putting these on here, because these ones aren't really thick. And as they wear, these little notches, that's why you got to check on any vehicle. You want to check these cups. When you start to get little notches and wears, what happens is the part of the dog bone in here will slap back and forth because of that little play, and eventually they'll snap. And that's probably what happened to this one. It might have had too much play in it, and it just said, bink, see ya. Anyway, but it's cheap pot metal. You know, I call pot metal. Now this shit, this is no cheap. This is hardened shit. Hardened ass steel, okay? This isn't no pot metal, people. Some solid shit. But anyway, these were like 35 bucks a piece. It cost me 70 bucks for this one and the front one. And I usually have two in here. The first gear and the second gear, because it's a 2-speed. Now they make a diff for the XTM. It runs about 80 bucks, and it's really hard to find. I've seen it maybe once. I mean, if I can get one and, you know, get a deal on it, I'll probably grab it. Well, I might just pay the 80 bucks, but I mean, I've already spent the money on these already, you know. So for me to just not even use these would be dumb, you know, as far as I've already paid almost 80 bucks for these two pieces of steel. Will I run both of these again together as a 2-speed? Maybe. But I have to find a clutch bell, because the clutch bells that they make from this company, RC Willpower, are this type of metal. And I've blown two of them on here already. That's why I just decided just to go 1-speed instead of doing 2-speed. Now this first gear, this is actually first gear, I think. No. Is it? Yeah. Or is it second gear? Well, this one's 66 teeth. This is 61. So I believe that this is actually like a second. This is second gear, because first gear was 60. Actually, stock at 65 and 60. But these, because they're aftermarket gears, have a tooth more. So anyway, 65 on the front. And 61 on the rear. So first gear would be on the pinion stock, it's 12, 66. Second gear is 17 pinion with the 61. So the higher pinion and the lower teeth, less teeth on the spur, gives you the top end. So so it works the opposite way, to where the more teeth on the front and the smaller pinion gives you more of your bottom end. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm running the 13 with the lrp.32 on this, and it's screaming way too much, I'm going to keep the 66 here. Okay, I'm not going to switch it, but I'm going to run probably a 15, maybe I might even try a 16 and see what that does. I have the one that I took off the, where's it at? That I took off the, this one here, that I took off the reds. So what I might do is take this 16 pinion and throw it on the lrp.32 and see what that does. Maybe that'll give me not as much screaming ass top end. The pipe's fine. This pipe is, you know, it's mid-range. It's a mid-range pipe. I just think because I opened up the ports a lot on this, and I opened up the port It's even more on the crank too. I don't know, either this one or the modded one. I want, my plans are on a modded lrp .32 and a modded Novarossi 20.8 Rex Legend, like the one I have here by RB Mods, by Rick at RB. I want to put on those two motors, since they're the biggest two nitro motors. Ceramic bearings and a DLC coated crank. Now I know the ceramic bearings, that's not a big deal. It's the DLC coated cranks that are really hard to either get done or find. Sometimes you can just buy the crank, but the crank, I've seen DLC coated cranks, like Novarossi makes one. I don't even know if it's for the Rex Legend, and it's like 200 bucks. That's great. That's another motor. That's some serious coin. But it would be one of a kind. I mean, trust me, I've only seen one Novarossi 20.8 Rex Legend with ceramic bearings and a DLC coated crank, and it's the one that Mr. Za had, and it wasn't even his. Now, I think he might have one, I'm not sure, but I know the one that he showed on one of his videos was his cousin's or his brother-in-law, I can't remember who. So anyway, back to this thing. So that motor obviously just screamed. Like the mod job that I did on that lrp .32, man, that thing is nasty. It hits like higher notes than, I mean, that thing could break glass. The notes are so high. You heard that thing screaming, and it wasn't even full throttle. And after I stopped running the video, man, I ran it another tank or two through it, but then I had a couple issues. And when I was running that, it was just screaming its ass off, man. That thing sounded like it was being murdered. It was a nitro massacre out there, people, trust me. But anyway, so the other issue that I had is, one, I had a clutch bearing. Make sure you check your bearings. I had a clutch bearing, the front one, just like done. You know, I changed these. That's another thing good about DLC coated cranks too, for those of you guys that don't know. It helps lessen the wear on your bearings. Your clutch bearings will last a lot longer with a DLC coated crank because of the coating. That is a fact. So anyway, now the other issue that I had at the same time that bearing went out, it was crazy. My dog bone came off. This dog bone, like the front drive dog bone, popped out. And I was like, what the hell's going on here, right? Why? And I could actually, if you watch that video of me firing it up towards the end of that video, the first one that I had, and it shows the front, this tire was actually leaning it out. And I noticed when I watched that video, so they're called rocker pins. I'll show you what they look like. They're basically what holds the hub carrier in here. As you can see that hole right there on the top? Okay, there's supposed to be a large 3mm Allen, a hex nut, and underneath it is this little, see this little silver piece right there? It's almost like a kind of a, they call it a rocker pin, that little piece right there. And that's basically, so when you tighten it down, it doesn't bind, it's still able to, you know, swivel your front end. So what happened is this whole piece, gonzo. And I know I Loctited them because I've gone through a couple of these in the past. And these little tiny, not the hex, this little tiny thing here, these are like, I think it's like 12 bucks for 4 of them. Something's crazy. I mean, it's not much more than a little kind of a type of washer. But anyway, this piece here goes in here, like so. Oop. Goes in there like that. And then this hex goes inside here. And you screw it down and tighten it up. So this whole piece came out, and that's what caused the dog bone to come out. Because at first, when I picked it up and was checking it, I couldn't. I thought maybe my gearbox was just, one of my gearboxes just took a shit. You know, because I couldn't turn the wheels, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, what's wrong? And then when I looked down, I'm like, oh snaps, dog bone's hanging out. Okay, and these are some thick ass dog bones. These are like 1.5 millimeters thicker than any truggy. my MBX 7R TR, and my Techno. I mean, the dog bones that are on this thing, even though I replaced them with the aluminum ones that I was talking about, 7075 aluminum. Now this dog bone is a extra long dog bone, because you guys know that the way that the motor sits in the Technos, it's almost mid-engine, and because of that, the gearbox is up a lot farther than a normal gearbox. So this dog bone, the rear drive dog bone right there you're looking at, is like a lot longer than a normal truggy. So that's why the steel one that I had on there was really like a pencil thin, and it flexes a lot, and I don't want to just have the thing, it didn't bend, but I knew they had an upgrade, and that's when I changed it. And I've got one in the front and one in the rear. They're like 1.25 millimeters, or almost 1.5 millimeters thicker than normal the normal drivetrains that come on the Techno. So that's an upgrade. If you get a Techno, anybody, I recommend that. Those drive. Plus, it's a lot lighter. The rotating mass factor, and the fact, I mean, this thing already has, you know, the tranny, and this thing's already smooth as fucking silk. Excuse my language. But anyway, so we're just gonna tear her down. You know, I mean, she's getting ready. Other than that, those are the only issues that I had. Other than that, she held up. No gearboxes are still good. I'm gonna tear it down and check them. I still spin the wheels, man. This thing, because it doesn't have a center diff, all the power is going from the center directly into the front and rear. I mean, I spinning those Badlands were spinning on the concrete. They were spinning on the grass. They were just spinning everywhere. I was getting serious tire spin. Oh, and by the way, here, let me show you something. Yeah. I always check these tires because, like I said, see that? Yep. When they're ballooning like that, trust me, you're gonna be, and I've glued these tires numerous times. So, no big deal. Just gonna throw some dynamite medium glue in these. You know, there's a couple of them. That's not the only one. I have a few of them that the tire is starting to come off. So that's why I always check my tires. These are already clean. Muggy did his normal routine tear down. You guys that know or don't know, take out the tank, clean all the fuel out, clean the tank up really good, get all the fuel out of it. I put rubbing alcohol in there, swish it around, put an air hose or whatever in here, blow the alcohol, rubbing alcohol through the lines, clear all. You don't want to leave any fuel in your lines or your tank, because it's going to jack up your tank. The nitro fuel turns into water and gets gunky and gummy, and it'll turn your lines into freaking pretzels. You ever had hard licorice? Yeah, well, that's what, you don't want that on your fuel lines. Radio tray, I take the radio tray out, clean it with electronic cleaner, QD cleaner, whatever you want to use. And then I silicone the hell out of it. So that's done. So, I mean, these are things that I do on a routine. Even if I'm not going to get to this thing tonight, I might get to a little bit of it. I'm not going to be up all night doing this because I have to work tomorrow. But I might get into it a little bit. But the bare necessities, if I know I'm not going to get into tearing this thing down right away, the things I can't let sit overnight, and I have before, trust me, and it's not good, is my radio tray, my tank, especially my motor. You know, obviously this motor, pulled it out, cleaned it up. What I do is before I pull it out of the vehicle, I put it on the bump box, clean all around the motor. Air all around it. Get all the dust that you can, especially if you're going to open up the plug. You're going to take your glow plug out. You don't want anything falling in there. Clean it all around there really good. Then once you pull it out, put it on the bump box and bump it a few times, because you want to kind of clear all that excess fuel that's in there. Don't just put your after run oil or you know, or your 3-in-1 or what, a Marlboro, whatever you use in there, because there's still fuel in that thing and the motor. And a lot of times, no matter how much after run oil you put in it, you're still going to get deposit buildup, and you're going to leave fluid in there, because it's going to turn to water and moisture, which is what nitro fuel does. So what I do, after I take my plug out, I bump the thing a few times and try to clear all the fuel that I can. Sometimes it'll pop out, whatever, just try to get it as much out of there as you can. Then throw your after run oil in there, seal it back up. You know, the plug on this thing is burning perfect. It's a little tan, which is okay because I know I'm running it really rich. But anyway, I clean up the motor. This pipe's going to get a thorough cleaning. I mean, you guys look at this pipe right now. See this thing? Look at this thing. I clean my pipes every time I run it. If not, when you go to clean them, it's just going to take you longer. This is probably to get this thing bling blinging and shiny again is like a maybe 10 or 15 minute job. To where if I let it build up and I just wipe it off and don't really give it a good cleaning, polish it up real good, by the time I go to clean it, or go to polish it, man, it's going to be an hour job. Rather not. But I see people that have pipes, tons of pipes. They don't even clean their, excuse my language, their fucking pipes. Come on, man. These things are $100. Piece of Italian jewelry. If you got shitty pipes, then who cares? If you got Novarossi and Reds and Works and Pico, all these Italians and even 086s, you know, expensive pipes, why would you not clean it and keep that thing bling bling, man? That doesn't make any sense. And I see tons of guys out there that have expensive pipes. Then they just keep them in a box, or they don't even take care of their shit. That stuff gets dinged. When you start dinging these things and putting dents in them, it alters the performance. I don't know if you guys know that or not. That's a fact. That ain't no bullshit or something that's made up. It's a fact, okay? When you ding your pipe, that changes the power in it. It's not good, okay? So take care of your shit, okay? I clean my shit. I polish my pipes. The next time you see this pipe on that motor, this baby here is going to be bling blinging. You're going to be able to see my face in the side of it and, you know, brush my teeth or comb my, well, I don't have hair because I'm bald, but you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see, you're going to be able to see the image, your own image by looking at my shit when I'm done. I mean, take a good look at that. See how dirty and nasty this bad boy is? Oh yeah, we're going to clean this bitch nice and shiny. I don't spend, you know, $100 on you know, these piece of Italian lungs right here just to not clean them. That's stupid, man. I don't know. That's it. You know what? It's, again, fucking laziness. Excuse my language. That's all that is. That's the best way I can put it. People that don't clean their shit and polish their shit and keep their shit nice and like immaculate, they're just fucking lazy. There's no other better way I can put it. There's no nicer way to put it. People that don't upkeep their shit immaculate. I mean, when my shit ain't running, granted it might take a few days, but my shit ain't running for a minute. My shit is freaking spotless, man. I don't spend $100 on Badlands and a pair of Badlands, 4 Badlands, and, you know, I don't spend $100 on Badlands and DE racing rims just to not clean them. I mean, look at that. These tires were freaking filthy as hell. Man, I could lick these tires. They're so clean. I wouldn't lick them, I mean. But you know what I'm saying? I clean my shit, man. I keep my shit clean all the time. I don't care if it was a light bash, heavy bash, whatever, man. When my shit runs, we're cleaning this, we're breaking this baby down. You know, we might not need to do a deep cleaning and, you know, dissecting everything, but we're going to clean this thing, like, trust me, like, you know, the right way. It's just neglect, man. It saddens me, man. I watch people's videos and I haven't seen Adam, and the only person that there's an exception to this, to what I just said, is these guys that race. And you've seen Adam Drake doing tutorial videos on his Mugens, and his shit's dirty as hell. And I've even made a comment, come on, Adam, if you're gonna, you know, be an example, man. You know, but he, you know, I made a comment one time, be an example, clean your shit before you're gonna teach us about how to, you know, fix something or do something on it. You know, looking at your tore up vehicle all beat down and dirty as hell, clean that shit. You know, but he doesn't care of how clean. He could toss those vehicles in the trash and whip out another one out of the box and put one together. Doesn't cost him a damn thing. So he's the only exception to that. But for those of you that don't have freebies, okay, you want it to perform, you want it to last, You want it to not have a lot of issues. Again, you want to lessen your headaches. That's another important thing. Take care of your shit. Upkeep it. Maintain it. Okay? So anyway, we're gonna go with a 16 on that baby. We're gonna see what the 16 does. That's a big jump from a 13 to a 16, but this thing is just screaming its ass off. So maybe the 16 pinion on here will mellow it out. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to make comment. Remember, I got a 66 spur on here, and I was running a 13 pinion. Okay, and it was just screaming its nuts off. So let me put a 16 pinion on the 66 and see where we're at. See what happens. See if we can mellow her out a little bit. Because I don't mind taking away that freaking screaming and just that top end for more bottom end. But we won't know until we run that. But other than that, that's the only issues I have with that. So we're gonna end this video. 32 minutes. Yeah, I'm doing pretty decent. And let's do some. I got a couple goodies. Now these are, I know what they are. And the only reason I'm opening these again is because I need that shit. And I know what's in there. And one of them I don't need it really, but it's just because I want to try them, and I want to be able to tell you guys that, because, I mean, one of the biggest things in Nitro is you need to invest in tools. And trust me, I was the biggest tightwad as far as I couldn't justify spending all, to give you an example, MIPs. You know how long it took? I should have had MIPs a long time ago. But I couldn't justify spending, 15, 20 bucks on a freaking driver. I was like, I didn't get it. Until I kept stripping out shit. And I'm like, you know what? I need to invest. I don't want any more headaches than I'm already normally going to get in Nitro. So anyway, these are by, I believe these are, it's a set of hex drivers. Okay? It's by Yaw Racing. Now, they make some pretty good shit. Now, I don't know about their tools because I've never owned them, but we're gonna find out. I just like the way they're designed. I'm hoping they're good quality-wise. And they're only they were normally like 30 bucks for a set of these, and I paid 20 bucks. So if you guys need the part number, wow, these are pretty nice. Here you go. Now, these aren't MIPs, but Yaw's a good company. Yaw Racing makes a lot of aftermarket aluminum shit. Aluminum drive hex wrench set. Okay, you got the 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0. You get 4 of them. Hard steel. That's what I want. Okay. You guys got that? There's your part number. YT0187. These are looking pretty sick. I just think they look bling bling. These are nice. I like them. They got some weight to them though. Oh, snaps. Is that what I think it is in there? Oh, hell yeah. And I need some new stickers. And I'm collecting. What I do is I like ordering a lot of these tools and a lot of these different things. And, not all the time, but most of the time they're going to give you stickers. When I accumulate enough of all these different stickers, because these are the products that I use. When I do my bodies, because I'm a sticker guy. And when I do stickers, I don't just put stickers on, because it looks cool. I put the stickers on because this is the shit that I use. These are, it's kind of like in real racing. They don't just put any stickers on their whips. Those are sponsors. But they, the difference, nobody's sponsoring me. I'm sponsoring myself. That would be nice. Just like guys that race. Guys that race on this, pro racers in Nitro, they don't just put any stickers on it. I mean, they'd love to. They're putting stickers on the shit that they run. Whether it's Reds, whether it's, high tech or Sabox, A-Main, I mean, these are all shit that I use. Mugen, LRP, these are products that I use. We even got the RB mods. I had to cut that one out a little bit because it started to come off. I have the full one on there. So anyway, let's open these things up. I want to see what these bad boys look like. I want to see what they, actually, I want to feel them in my hand. Where's my scissors? Okay, you know what? Let me, where's my, I'm going to find my, oh, here it is. What the hell did I do with it? my camera. This is my little, and if you guys don't have, you know, like me, you don't have a GoPro or anything yet, and you're just doing your phone, go to the 99-cent store. There you go, people. This is what I use on the videos you guys see. You know, it works. It's better than setting your phone on the ground. I just put it on this thing like this. Got a little adjustment on top. Bam! And I can set it up so you guys could, you know, so I don't have to hold the damn thing. So, okay, I think you guys should be able to see me, no? If not, sure you'll let me know. Alright. Matter of fact, you know what? I like opening my shit up like a gentleman. I got nails, so I removed the staples. Because I think it's got, no, I don't know if it has a Ziploc at the top of it. Because I don't just tear my shit. Because I keep this shit here. Okay, that's another thing. I have pretty much most of the stuff that I've ever bought. I keep the main tag. Because if I ever need the part again, or if I want to get more of these, I don't have to try to figure out or backtrack my eBay shit. I got the deal right here. Okay. So anyway, let's open these bad boys up. Whoa! Oh, they come individually. There you go. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, people. We got some stickers. Man, I love my stickers. Are these the ones you got to cut out? Yeah, that's okay. You can trim these. Actually, these are better because you can trim all around them. Yah Racing. Okay. Let's check these boys out. Oh, snaps. Hell yeah. You know what I like about them? Do these backs swivel? They don't. I thought they turned. That's okay. See these ones here? I like these. These hoodies. Because they turn. See the back? It turns. So that way when you're holding it and you're wrenching, you can just, you know, press it in your palm and you can still spin it. That's what I thought these ones were going to be, but it's okay. These are not bad. Hardened steel. It is. Hardened steel. They're really light too. Nice. Man, I love my tools, man. I'm telling you, man. If you want to, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to go next level, you know, obviously the MIPs, these are the snap-ons. So what would these be? These would be like crafting. I don't even know if you can, because crafting are pretty good. But you know, Yah Racing got some good shit. I use a lot of their stuff. They make a lot of good aluminum products. But these are nice, man. I like them. $21? $19.99 for a set of these things, man. Now, only time will tell if they strip or anything. I mean, it says they're hardened steel. I like them because of, you know, you'll be able to tell what it is. Which one's that? Oh, that's a 1.5. Which one's this one? The 2.0. They feel good though, man. They feel really light too. Oh yeah. Oh yes. So the Muggy's got some new toys. There you go, people. Yah Racing. $19.99. Can't beat that. Very light, but sturdy. Hardened steel, which is what you want. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we won't know until I start using them, but I need another set. You know, you can never have enough tools, man. Trust me. Alright, so where are we at? Well, we got to rebuild these shocks. That's for the Techno next. This is the rebuild kit. So it's only for 2, which is okay because it's only 1 that I need to rebuild. But I figured, you know, why I'm not just going to do 1. I might as well do both the rear. So both the rear are going to rebuild those. Another helpful hint for you guys. This is part of a Rockstar can. I use this aluminum here. I cut it out. And then I'll cut whatever size I need. And I run that shit on all of my tanks. And what it does, because your pipe runs alongside of your tank on most whips, it deflects the heat. Use some, you can, again, I mean, you could use the, these are all my tanks. All my tanks, I put it on there. I also put some here on the front part, just in case if your hex comes loose on your flywheel. If you're not careful, it will wear into your tank and you could put a hole through your tank. So I put that there. I do that on all of my tanks, man. There you go. There's the Rockstar. Cut it out, glue it on there, and you're good. I use the Dynamite tire glue. And it, like I said, it deflects the heat. So, and there's all my motor savers and outerwear deals. So this thing, I guarantee you. Oh, you know what? Here, since we're here, let me show you guys one more thing. Let's take a look. And you guys seen how dusty and dirty it was out there where I was running today. I mean, look at this. This filter is like just got shit all over it. Let's check the filter and see what it looks like. This is the outerwear that I'm taking off first. Okay. This thing is dirty. I can just feel all the grit. Bam. See all the dirt and shit in there? You guys see that? This is the top part. Oh, look at that. There ain't even nothing in there. That's the out part. Let alone that, look. Nothing in there either. I'm telling you, man. I love these motor savers, man. If you guys get a Techno or a Mugen, I know those two vehicles, you can, I'm going to clean this part out. You can run them in there. They fit underneath the bodies. Okay, so anyway, that's all I got, people. That's a quick update. We're going to change, the only thing we're going to change on the lrp.32, we're going to keep, I want to run it in my other vehicles, but I've got a modded Pico .28 that I'm getting ready. I'm setting this up because it's this baby right here, sick ass, modded by RB Mods. Bam! Is going in there's his signature, Rick Brake. This is going in the Techno. Okay, not sure. I'm gonna either run a 14 or a 15 pinion on there, and then we're gonna run the Nova Rossi. So we're gonna get her all freshened up, cleaned up, shined up, better than new. I am going to. I'll do this on another video. I'm gonna build. I need to get these Badlands put together. Fresh Badlands. I might use these Badlands and these yellow DE racing rims. I might use these and put those on the XTM Muggy. That way I can run the black ones back on either the Mugen MBX 7T Truggy, or I'll run it on the Techno, the black ones, either or. I usually run the white ones on here because the white ones really don't match that the Mugen Truggy. Unless I put that body on there. I might run that body again. This is my beater body. This is the one that came when I bought the Mugen. This is a professional paint job, man. Too bad this thing wasn't brand new. I mean, this has got to be like a $200 paint job the guy had custom painted. It's pretty beat up. I'm going to see if I can do some touch up and get her all patched up and maybe run that again. So anyway, that's all I got. Muggy Maniac's gonna finish off doing my basic cleaning. Like I said, first thing I do when I'm done running, clean the motor, get all the fuel out, put some after run oil in it, get your pipe cleaned up, get your tank cleaned up, get all the fuel out of there, make sure you clean your radio tray. You got a $100 set of these Badlands with DE racing rims, take care of them. You paid for them. I do. I treat these things like gold, man. It's $100 right there, man. I clean that shit thoroughly every time I run them. Oh, and also make sure any fuel that you have in here, put it back. I always keep empty. Like I don't never throw these out. I keep empty fuel bottles. I've got empty. The steel ones are I like the VP. I've got a couple of those empty. I keep a lot of empty Byron's ones. So when I'm done, you know, if I still got fuel in my bottle, like I said, you don't want to leave it in the bottle because it messes with the plastics in here and the rubber grommets that are on these, the spouts. Take it, the excess, whatever you got a little bit left over, put it in an empty one of those. Save it for next time when you go out. I don't mix it in with the brand new fresh shit. If anything, I'll run that on a first tank first. And then I throw some rubbing alcohol in here. I think there's some in there right now. Swish it around real good, get all the excess nitro fuel out of there, and then empty it out. Just don't leave any fuel in there, man. I used to do that a lot, and I jacked up so many bottles. They'll start cracking and shit on you too. So anyway, that's all I got, people. Muggy Maniacs out of here. I am going to put these are the motor plates that hold the motor mounts on. I don't know if these are steel or aluminum. I'm going to take these off, and I have these ones. These are aftermarket 70, 75 anodized blue aluminum ones. I'm going to throw those in there. Might as well have them. So anyway, alright people, that's all I got. Muggy Maniacs out. Remember, if you're not running your shit, you're retired till whenever, or you just don't have time to run your whip, set your piston bottom dead center, okay? And, you know, don't wreck your shit. Alright people, same normal shout outs, you know, mostly newbies and new subscribers. Welcome everybody. If you need anything, have any questions, you guys know what to do. Alright people, that's all I got. Peace out.